2014 would start bad for T-Roy because on the 9th of January he was arrested on a warrant, likely due to being out on bond after the previous legal problems that he had already racked up. However, about a month later, T-Roy would be released, and not just him, but also his right-hand man King Von, with Boss Top welcoming both home in mid-February. But at the same time, sending a warning to all of their ops, the O-Block's top shooters were back in the South Side streets, and the ops had reasons to be fearful, because only a little over a week after the murder of the innocent man Billy Sargent in September 2013, the O-Block and 600 Alliance had lost one of their biggest rappers, LA Capone, who was murdered on the 26th of September by members of 051 Young Money. The death of LA Capone, who is still considered to be one of the most charismatic artists to have ever come out of the Chicago drill scene, hit 600 and O-Block equally hard. Together with the murder of J Money earlier that month, the O-Block 600 Alliance was thirsty for revenge, and that's exactly what they would get in 2014, because in March, 051 Young Money's biggest rapper, Lil Marc, real name Mark Campbell, would put out a scathing diss track aimed at O-Block, 600, Lamron, and all of the other Black Disciple sets who had formed an alliance in the Chicago streets. This diss song was called No Competition, and it was named after Lil Durk and Lil Reese's diss song against the Ops called Competition. In the song, Lil Marc would diss numerous O-Block, 600, and other members from the alliance, and the music video would even include a clip of Lil Marc being on FaceTime with Lil Reese, making it clear that there was a deep animosity between these two.
What y'all on?
Alright. That L shit. What up? Out here. I'm on fast, boy. I been out here. I stay out here, boy.
The song itself made Lil Marc the prime target for the O-Block 600 Alliance to get revenge. And on the 28th of March, only a few days after the No Competition music video was posted to YouTube, Lil Marc was standing at a bus stop on the 300 stop of East 51st Street, which despite the street number was about a mile away from 051's hood on the opposite side of Washington Park. While at the bus stop, a silver van would pull up and somebody would hop out, opening fire, hitting Lil Marc in the head and killing him on the spot, with graphic images of Lil Marc laying on the ground at the bus stop circulating on social media in the following days. One witness would describe to the police how the shooter had an extended clip, but they were unable to see their face. Several hours later, the police would find the van used in the shooting about 2.5 miles away in the low-end area, but the van, which had Florida plates, was engulfed in flames. Once again, immediately after Lil Marc's death, while 051 members were paying homage to him, such as their most feared shooter 051 Melly, who would seemingly jump in the streets looking for revenge as soon as he heard about Marc's passing. Meanwhile, Von, T-Roy, and other O-Block 600 members would begin dissing him relentlessly and insinuating their involvement. 051 were a violent set with a lot of enemies, and people from O-Block, 600, and THF were all celebrating the tragic news. However, even beyond the celebrations, one video would circulate seemingly showing King Von, T-Roy, and D Rose from 600 together in a car driving past Lil Marc's death scene, all while police were still combing the evidence.
Hey, so took off 51st!
Damn, body down.
I was not gonna see you taking off 51st. Tweaking, bro.
Body down, 51st. Gang.
Man,
Lil Marc would become one of the most diss ops amongst the O-Block Alliance for years to come.
I'm tired of smoking Tuka, so you know this one I'm finna be smoking at. It's called Lil Marc.
I'm right here kicking with Lil Marc. Dirty ass.
Damn.
Marky.
That shit we so much yesterday, man.
Marky.
I was sleep in the studio.
Meanwhile, members of 051 would insinuate that O-Block may well have been behind Lil Marc's murder, like the rapper Driller, who tweeted that he would kill the whole of O-Block just to bring Marc back. Unsurprisingly, people like Von, T-Roy, THF Twiller, and D Rose would become the main suspects among Chicago drill fans. But officially, the investigation would seemingly move nowhere, and it still remains an open case to this day. But what makes the death of Lil Marc particularly sad and mind-boggling is the fact that he had seemingly been almost gotten by the very same people only days before his death, with people like Von and Twiller seemingly tweeting about having nearly caught Lil Marc just days before the murder. Ultimately, however, as the years went on, T-Roy and King Von would have less opportunities to kill, and having already caused so much pain in the streets, it was only a matter of time before T-Roy himself would ultimately be caught lacking, in the end suffering the very same fate that he had subjected his rivals to so many times before.